Hello from Omsk. This is a podcast, Pigeon of Peace, where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about dietary supplements, and let's start with the definition.
Dietary supplements, it's a kind of pills. It could be liquids, it's gummies, powders, those which could be taken usually by the mouth, not applied on the skin, not to be injected. This kind of medicine which do not require special medical prescription and could be bought just in pharmacy. It could be advised by your doctor, but not in all countries. It's quite legal and commonly recommended. In some countries, magicians are very angry with it because some of companies, especially Indian ones, they create just shells, empty shells, but nothing inside. But usually those additions do not approved by drugs as drugs, and they have less safety than if they will be produced by huge pharmaceutical companies. But anyways, people like them. For example, my mother, she do not want to be presented gift for the New Year or some other celebrations. She would lead me to the pharmacy and say, "Oh, come on, I like you to buy me those bottles with golden caps." And when I see this stand called like dietary supplements, and I am very sad about this, but now I see the face of my mom, and I'm thinking maybe I was the same when I was trying to ask her to buy me some dummy toy. So why not to indulge her and do not grant things she wants?
Well, yeah, it's probably depending on the perspective of the person who's watching. And when we speak about the dietary supplements, so how the decision, should be made, like whether I should buy it or not, because, well, it seems if it's not under prescription, that means someone should, make certain research, understand what is actually inside, how it will affect the body, and maybe, make a decision which brand they want. So how to think about what you really want or what you actually don't need, and go ahead and make the decision to get it.
Um, let's go to the history why those things are quite popular. Was a time when on the market squares there were people who would loudly pronounce that they could sell you immortal liquid or something like this. And name for these people in French was charlatan, because charlare is to announce something, and usually it is not true. But people like to buy some pills for the use, uh, for for ability to give birth to the child or something like this. And usually those people who would sell it, they will have special wearing, and they will have very mysterious bottles to carry it out. Even if you will go to the national Chinese chain of apotheques in a huge city, you will find a lot of different stuff. And if you will go, for example, in African one, you will see a lot of like bull horns and bed sheet, and so on. So if you need vitamins, minerals, if you need to eat something which contained herbs, you could be given some small drops or small pills or small even like candies, which are fulfilled with those calcium, iron, magnesium, and so on. But those pills are regulated as food, not drugs, so they are not safe. And sometimes company who produce these products, they are not truthful and write something which is not inside. For example, you will find such a note like active gold, but everyone knows that gold is most passive metal. Why it is called noble? Because if you will wear the ring, it will not contact with your skin. So if you will swallow up, nothing will happen. By the way, if it is would be written a gold, there is yes eatable gold, and for example, sometime in Dubai or in New York, you could eat steak with eatable gold, but has no flavor and no польза, I forgot the word польза,
Value.
and no value would be added to your organism.
Well, when I was checking on the of the dietary supplements, I went to some of the, I would say like a e-commerce platform, especially like in Russia, and I was really surprised. It's like a billions of them there, like with a different, I would say, with the different colors, with a different description, and all of them they promise a better life. Like the moment you start to basically put them in your mouths, and this is actually was really scary because I realized that everyone, literally, it seems like everyone, because I was also checking on the stores, could use that. That means, it's how to say, I would say it's like a lot of barbarians who came at the gate and they start knocking. So one thing that you don't want to do is actually to use that. So it's a one thing of the regulation. But from another point of view, there is like, if we look into the internet, there are a lot of articles of, I would say, like nearly scientific people who writing how, let's say, for example, eating omega-3, like make them to become smart or become feeling better. So how to actually, there is, it seems it's plenty of noise in both sides, but is there any real value that we can extract from that? And what exactly would be mechanics to understand, like whether it's something that our organism, our body really needs, so that we can get exactly what we need it for?
There is several ways to view on this topic. From official medicine, it is not worth of those money you will pay for. If you will go to, for example, buy some dietary supplement when you have limited sun exposure, you just need to buy vitamin D, and it would be much cheaper. By the way, there is a very funny joke. I don't know if I could translate it, but if the person couldn't get B12, it could take the pills, two pills of B6. It would be almost the same effect. Also, if you have some specific state like pregnancy, then you will need folic acid, iron, calcium, or for example, some people who work hard, they also need to get some nutritions. But it is very funny when you will, for example, would sell the water, just water, plain water or still water. Some people would buy, but not many. But if you will say, okay, this is water for women, this water for men, this for clever kids, this for men who work at night shift, people start buy it. Several months ago, maybe 1 year ago, I found in the average shop, food store in the Moscow, named Alphabet of Test, Азбука вкуса. There are two bottles of water, one water for the dogs and another water for the cats. But inside it was just a water, but it was a fancy picture, and I think that maybe some Barbie girls would buy it just to have fun. And at this time I made a joke inside myself. Okay, it's time to make even water for the fishes, aquarium fishes or tank fishes. But for example, my mom sometimes goes to the pharmacy and she trying to wear glasses and to read everything. Okay, this for hair, I should have it. This for, I don't know how to say, зрение, for ability
Vision.
to see. Okay, this for vision, and this for joint, and this for skin, and this for I don't know, like happiness, or to be wake up morning and to be very healthy. And when we go all together, usually we will buy like 10, 12, or even more those bottles, because no one knows what is inside. But very important, what is written around on this. I don't know how to say, etiquettes
Label.
on the labels.
Well, yeah, I guess there should be another one maybe for critical thinking, and if you take it, you probably don't need anything else of that. And another thing is, I would probably stick to the same topic. I see like a lot of like articles of people not only saying that it's good, but they're saying like the moment I start using it, my life changed. But from what I do understand from my little knowledge of the biology or how the body works, basically you actually can see the changes when there is something luck in your body, then you actually try to fix it. But if everything is all right on the surface, and let's say you start just to take all of the pills, you won't notice nothing, but it could be better, maybe like change of diet, change of sleep, change of mood, or anything like that, so you would attribute it to that one. So how, again, like maybe to put some sort of like a critical thinking into this and realize that like whatever even smart looking on the surface people say, you should actually ignore it, and maybe like spend your time and energy to something more important and maybe even more healthier.
Several days ago, I have a meeting, and today it was appointed a meeting, but I couldn't go because of my health. There are several companies which offer me to buy, I don't know how to say, spa products for the tooth.
Tooth products.
Tooth products, spa tooth products. And when, for example, you use toothpaste, I know how it works. When you use toothbrush, I also could understand. By the way, when I go to the education, I know and there are a lot of people from scientific side. They would explain how this toothbrush is working and what is inside this toothpaste, and it is approved, and there are a lot of licensing materials. And suddenly there are a company which came and will say, okay, you need to sell also products for spa for the mouth. And for example, you will have some special gels. Gel, it's okay to say?
Gel, yeah.
You will have a gel for your teeth. And I ask, okay, but how it could impact to the gel? And there was an answer. It wouldn't impact, but people like to do something with themselves. So they just like to be carrot. And if they just spend time for themselves, they will have a better mood. And I said once more, okay, I'm now on education, and you're telling me that you just sell products for the mood, not for the mouth and for the skin and for the teeth and for gums. Yosna, gums, yes?
Gums.
For gums. And they were saying, yes, correct. And I say, and how many people are buying? And they just showed me graphics from USA, from Japan, and some other countries. And sale of these products is going high. And it was so strange. So this would not change your breath. It wouldn't change your teeth coverage. It wouldn't change nothing. But you just like to care yourself, and it would give you a better mood. So it's very dangerous, and I think those companies mislead people, because
Misled.
if misled people, if you need something in your blood, if you need something for your skin, better you will imply something which is well argumented, but not those pills. When I was in Mexico, especially, I have been to national park, and we were all asked to throw away our sunscreens, yes, products.
Sunscreen.
Okay, because it would be very harmful for fishes, trees, and grass. And a lot of, like, tons of these products are already laying on this territory. And we bought a lot of different stuff for very expensive price. But after the end, I was trying to see how everything works, and I was just curious, and I found a place where a lot of foam, which created after applying of this wild life friendship, I don't know how to say, associations created, and it was like a huge kind of forms which would then taken by the special cars out of this national park. So who knows, maybe they use the same product but just with different labels. The same would be, for example, if there is a very notorious known liquid in Russia. It's named like nastoyka boярышника. I don't know how to translate it, but anyway, people are buying it just instead of alcohol, because it is quite strong and contain also some spirits, and the test in average. The same was in Soviet Union, but people were drinking, I don't know how to say, like triple adikalon.
Yeah, I would say so. Triple clone. And I do believe with all of that, we actually wrapped the entire topic. And, like maybe I'll paraphrase it, but the meaning of this, like if you want to get some sort of like a medicine service, go to the doctor. But if you want to get yourself entertained, go to the circus. So we review the skill of dietary supplements and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.